One of the consequences of the Future Generations Act has been the creation of public service boards. As you know, Minister, the main purpose of the PSBs is to strengthen joint working across all public services in Wales. How do you assess how well the PSBs are operating, and have we seen an improvement in joint working across the public services?
I hope that we are seeing joint working. Public service boards have now completed their planning period and have programmes which they are now seeking to deliver. Clearly, each programme will have its own objectives, and I hope members across the whole of this chamber will be holding their own public service boards to account for delivering on those programmes and those objectives.
Yes, thanks. I hope so too. We had a scrutiny session on the Equalities and Local Government Committee on the PSBs just before the summer recess, so we did have a snapshot from various organisations as to how well things were working. One point that was made by various witnesses was that we have several PSBs which aren't chaired by someone from a local authority. This can be a good thing because we don't want the PSBs to feel as though they are dominated by the local authority. On the other hand, there is a potential problem in that if they are not led by the local council, then the council may send a relatively junior figure to the PSB meetings who may carry little delegated authority. This would obviously hinder the PSB from operating effectively. How do you think this problem can be resolved?
I hope that what we're seeing is a different dynamic with the public service boards. I believe that they're more constructive than the LSBs that preceded them. We've seen their local wellbeing plans. I think there's a broad variety there, which reflects the different ambitions from PSBs across Wales. I welcome that variety. I welcome the fact that PSBs are discharging their functions with a level of creativity and coordinated and joint working that perhaps has been missing from elements of the public sector in the past. I look forward to appearing in front of the committee. I suspect it's later this month, and I look forward to debating these issues with you. I also look forward to understanding what the committee's evidence has been and its conclusions, and I look forward to reading the committee's report.
Yes, thanks. We will see a variety of different working methods, I'm sure, and it may not be the same from one area to the next. Hopefully, they will work effectively. Now, the public service boards in Gwent, or what used to be Gwent, may be a good model. We were told on the committee that many PSBs in Gwent may be local authority-led, but they don't feel as though they are local authority-dominated. Another part of the public service boards is the voluntary organisations, or the third sector, as we now often call them. A couple of the witnesses at the committee scrutiny said that PSBs have felt quite bureaucratic thus far and haven't felt close to the third sector. Do you feel this to be the case, and how can this be improved going forward?
I don't want to use that sort of terminology to describe the way that PSBs are working. Can I say this? I think there's a great deal of complexity in the way we govern and the processes and structures that we have. One of my ambitions and objectives is to reduce that complexity in government and to reduce the amount of governance, if you like, that we conduct in Wales. I want to see more streamlined structures which enable the public to hold clearly identifiable politicians to account for the decisions they take, and I want to see public service workers feeling that there is a very clear leadership from the political leadership locally and in this place. So I want to see a far more streamlined way in which decisions are taken in Wales. I want to see less meetings and more action, and I hope that what the PSBs are doing is starting to deliver that. But I do feel that having seen the wellbeing plans earlier in the summer, it is right and proper that we now allow those PSBs the freedom and the opportunity to deliver on the objectives that they have set themselves.
Llywaredd Plaid Cymru, Beth